everyone, and welcome to beautiful Barbados for the CG United One-Day International #2 here in this wonderful series. The West Indies women are taking on South Africa. Thank you.
Well, there you have it, folks. The news from out in the middle. The West Indies have won the toss and have decided to bowl first. West Indies unchanged from victory in their first one. Kiana Joseph with a standout performance will be looking for consistency. They'll be looking for some penetration though with the new ball. South Africa, just the one change. The very experienced Marizanne Kapp in for her 150th cap for South Africa. Yeah, she didn't get as many as she would like in the first game. Over 4,000 runs in one internationals. And look at that average for the South African captain, Laura Vulvat. Just under 50. That is an amazing effort from her. Tasman Brits had a half century in game one. No doubt she'd be looking to push on. Second fastest South African woman to 1,000 ODI runs. And not for the first time we're seeing Zayda James with the new ball. Off the mark straight away.
Lovely from Tasman Brits. She pierces the gap on the offside. Will it reach the boundary? It does. And she carries on from where she left off in that first ODI.
Yeah, carbon copy of what she did in game one. Got off the mark with a half volley smash for 4. And shows her mindset, so she's prepared to be positive when given the opportunity.
Driven through the covers. Trademark Laura Wolfart.
Regal really is. Just look at the balance on that shot. Full face of the bat, the placement exquisite. You just want to look at that on repeat all day long if you're Laura Vulvat.
Pick up from Laura Wolfart. Gets to the boundary for 4. Quick hands from the South African captain.
The errant delivery from Glasgow. Full and drifting down the leg side. So just needed to get some bat on it, which she did expertly. And despite the best efforts from Zayda James, it is a quick outfield here at the 3Ws Oval.
With on offer, and she doesn't miss out as the South African captain. Yet another boundary to the tally.
Now this is what you can ill afford if you're Zayda James, because you have protection in the boundary leg side. You want to finish at the very least on the stumps.
Drilled down the ground for 4. Imperious shot from Laura Wolfart.
Yep, their fourth 50-run stand between Laura Wolfart, the captain, and Tasman Brits. Scattering of applause around the ground in acknowledgement. Up and over. There is a fielder in the deep. And nicely taken. The breakthrough. Chanel Henry with the safe hands. And it is the captain of the West Indies who gets the captain from South Africa.
Yeah, all down to the pressure built before this over. Started off with a maiden, then just 1 run. Feeling the pressure. Good catch by Chanel Henry. Moves so well on the boundary. And they get the breakthrough. Vulvart has to walk back for 28. 51 for 1.
Well, a big swing. Tasman Brits has been chomping at the bit, and a very straightforward catch for Stefanie Taylor. So the first ball of this Afi Fletcher over gets rid of the other opener, and West Indies on top here in the early.
Yeah, frustration built up. 58 balls without a boundary. Tasman Brits feeling as though she needed to take on Afi Fletcher. Going against the spin. Yeah, easy catch for Stefanie Taylor at long on. Brits has to walk back for 26. 59 for 2.
Cries of catch it. But she makes good connection, does Shangase, and she breaks the shackles with the boundary.
Yeah, the long handle in play. She's been trying to clear that boundary or clear the inner ring. Yeah, this time around, good connection. And Taylor didn't have a chance.
She goes big. There's a fielder out on the boundary. She'll watch it sail over the boundary for 6. Big over for South Africa, 14 from it, 94 for 2. Straight down the ground from Sinelli. She gets in on the action too. 100 up for South Africa, 100 in style, 102 for 2. That's helped away for 4 to bring up the 50-run stand between Shangase and Lees. 50 from 39. Excellent from the South Africans. Shangase tries to go big, and she makes full connection with that. Chanel Henry for a moment thought she was in business, but Shangase gets her second maximum of the game.
What an innings this is turning out to be from the youngster. 2 sixes hit in the match, and this the second one off her bat. Goes up and over. And clears the head of Chanel Henry.
Should be 2 here, and it will be the maiden half century for Nondomisa Shangase. Outstanding and head bowed. Very emotional moment, given the opportunity to come in at 3, and her camp congratulating her as they should. It's really nicely lifted into the onside with ease. Couple bounces and a boundary to begin.
Yes, smart batting. It puts pressure on Hayley Matthews immediately. First ball in the over. Predicts the sort of line that she's going to bowl. Gets inside of it and helps herself to 4.
How's that, they say? A little tickle and she's gone. The quality of Hayley Matthews shining through like the sunshine here at the 3Ws Oval. And the historic knock of Nondomisa Shangase comes to an end.
Yeah, that's the line. Really good bowling from Hayley Matthews. Outside off stump this time. There's an edge. She would have been stumped as well. Shimin Campbell takes the catch. Confident. And the wicket, the important wicket, goes down. The captain with the breakthrough. But what a moment for Shangase. What an effort. 55 from 48. Memorable indeed. 144 for 3.
That's beautifully played. Well, split the fielders should be cleaned up. Oh, no, not able to get there in the end. 4 runs off the bat of Marizanne Kapp. And lots of applause.
Yeah, wonderful. The balance again on this shot. The timing really good. A flourish with the follow through. And beats the fielder in the deep. Really free-flowing batting from Marizanne Kapp.
Up and over. The class of Kapp, and it goes all the way for 6. 13 off the over, 169 for 3. Marizanne Kapp opens up to Gianna Joseph. All the way for 6. Fetch that. It's bunted down the ground for 4 off the bat of Lees. She moves on confidently to 44 of 40.
Now that gap between Sharpmoor wicket and mid-on is so small. She had to be so precise with her placement. Yeah, did it well. Good awareness, good calculated risk. Mid-on in the circle, taking mid-on on.
Marizanne Kapp goes down the ground and all the way for 6 from the champion player. South African change room enjoying this. Aneri Derrickson, she's padded up to come in.
Yeah, This is a class player Marizanne Kapp is. Even though this is on the stumps, she's able to give herself enough room just to get the hands through the shot and well over long off. Forces a change in field now once again.
So good from Marizanne Kapp. She knows her game so well. She knows her strengths. Oh, boy. That will be a boundary, but that could have been a serious problem for both these fielders on the boundary. That's 50 for Sinelli's 15's 50 in women's ODIs to go with 100 in this format. She's not done yet, but her teammates are standing up to applaud her because she, along with Shangase and Marizanne Kapp, have put their team in a strong position. Oh, that's out, and that's exactly what West Indies needed. And they've got the big fish, Marizanne Kapp.
Yeah, we heard Samuel Badri ask West Indies bowlers bowling from that end to change their line. Karishma Ramarat, he's the call. Yeah, easy enough for Shamian Campbell. Gives herself way too much room on that occasion. Marizanne Kapp has to go, but this has been an impactful 32. 193 for 4.
And that's gone, that's plumb. The finger is raised. And she strikes Afi Fletcher, the veteran, and another blow into this South African lineup.
Yeah, this is good. This is excellent from Afi Fletcher. Just again pulling the length after playing the sweep shot and missing completely. An important wicket for West Indies. And Jafta goes for 2. It's 196 for 5.
Square. And good stop on the run to Grimmond. Liliana Grimmond. Pardon me.
He pulled into the leg side, but such an athletic player. I do think that she did represent Guyana in athletics.
This is a good hit. And another fielder, no, didn't get hold of it this time. Another boundary. It's off the first ball of this Afi Fletcher over.
Yeah, she's been working quite a lot on the boundary. Really, Anna Grimmond hit on the up. Again, just that cow corner region. Should have done better.
That was solid hit. And a really solid stop. Really Anna Grimmond all over this game and all over this field.
Yeah, you just can't take her out of the game. She seems to be the boundary fielder of choice. Yeah, just slipped, but able to save the boundary most importantly.
Yeah, great shot. Used her feet and up and over the infield into the off, and another boundary goes the way of Sinelli's. It's her 7th in her innings.
Now, this is just too easy for her. A flight to delivery, and she goes up and over the offside. Yeah, there are no feelers out there, so you just wonder what's the bowling plan from Karishma Ramharak.
Yeah.
Reverse paddle, very nicely done. Looking more experienced than she is. Annerie Derksen ends up being a boundary. 15 from it. And South Africans flying high here. 229 for 5. Yeah, and fortune will favor the brave. Another boundary for Sinelli's. Well, this one into the wind and high. Hayley Matthews underneath it and comfortably taken. Sinelli's, a wonderful innings, really steady, has come to an end, and finally Alia Aline gets into the wickets column.
Yeah, the bowling plan finally coming through for Alia Allen. Bowling that 5th stump line on the offside, forcing her to play in the off, and she gets this one from the bottom of her bat. And she goes out very well played. And career best 76. South Africa 2-3-6 for 6.
Good connection. First up. Can it be run down? Looks like it might be a 4 runs off her first ball. Intent shown.
Yeah, just using the width on offer from Alien's delivery. Might want to get that fielder in the deep a bit squarer.
Really nicely done. Splits the fielders and it's a fast outfield. Another boundary. The second one for the youngster, Derksen.
Yeah, just opening the face. An over-pitch delivery from Matthews. Yeah, the placement was all that was needed.
Timing it nicely, really. Not able to stop it. Stefanie Taylor with a little shake of the head, and it's another boundary ball. 250 up for South Africa. Well, she's bludgeoned this one up and over, and it will run away. That outfield lightning quick. 4 more, thundering along here.
And this is what Chloe Tryon will do. She will take on the bowlers. Yeah, pulled into the leg side, but just look how high it came off from the bat. So she's just aware that she wants to score runs. That's a vacant area. She loves to sweep.
Takes on the fielder in the deep, takes on the wind, but that's a really good connection from Derksen. What a way, an emphatic way to finish the over. 270 for 6. Wow, the sound of the bat. That is mammoth. No one in world cricket has hit more sixes than Tryon. Add another one to the list.
Yeah, this is why you don't want Chloe Tryon to get in. She's missed her length by a lot here. Aliyah Anning into the slot. And Chloe Tryon, she's in the form of her life. She will relish the opportunity to bat after a platform has been set.
Straight down the ground. Really good batting from these two. Couple bounces for 4. And so they're pillaging the runs. Really hemorrhaging boundaries. Taken. Almost ran too quickly in Grimman. But in the end, she was able to hold on. Try and hitting with the wind, but not connecting enough.
Yeah, the value of bowling wide of our stump and asking Tryon to drag it into the leg side. Good catch in the end, overran it. Really an agreement with the wind, blowing the ball towards her. Fletcher with the third. Chloe Tryon walks back for 28. 293 for 7.
Another wicket for Fletcher. Really good bowling from the wrist spinner in a final over. It's a double wicket strike and an important wicket of Derksen.
Yeah, stage when South Africa looking to score off every delivery. Good commitment to the plan from Afi Fletcher. Good keeping once again from Shameen Campbell. She gets a 4th, Afi Fletcher, with 1 ball remaining in her spell. Derksen walks back for 37, 295 for 8.
Yeah, should go for 4. This now becomes the highest ever total for South Africa against the West Indies. 300 up. Tally. A bit of feeling from Hayley Matthews, and they want the run. She should have run past her to give her back the strike. She doesn't. So Malaba will be on strike. This isn't too clever from her, and you can understand why the clerk is so upset. She wants strike. She wants to get back at the striker's end. So just run past her because the dismissal is at the non-striker's end.
Yeah, she's upset. Rightly so. Walks back for 11 from 7 deliveries. 307 for 9.
Just a single to end the innings, and they will close on 309 for 9. South Africa, a wonderful overall batting display. West Indies will reflect on their efforts. Highest total against the West Indies in this format to level things off. Captain once again with Brits gave them a half-century opening stand. It was a little bit slow today, but Shangazi, what an innings from her. Career best first one-day international half-century. Lise, career best against the West Indies, 76 from just 65 deliveries, and then Cap on her return, 150th one-day international with a polished 32, and then some partnerships at the end. Dixon and Tryon getting them over that 300 run mark.
Third 4-wicket haul for Afi Fletcher. She was good to start and then excellent at the back end to stem the flow of runs. 4 for 64 from her full quarter. 2 wickets for Hayley Matthews, 1 apiece for Ramarat and Aliyah Aline. You think Aliyah Aline should have gotten a bit more, 2 catches dropped off her bowling, but West Indies generally expensive and could not contain the runs from the South African batters.
That means, therefore, after that batting performance, West Indies will need 310, a monumental target if they are to take the series today. That chase and some other insights on the other side. 9 centuries for Hayley Matthews, 7 half-centuries, so a very good conversion rate. Went past to 3,000 runs in the last one-day international, and she registered her 3rd half-century. Kiana Joseph, all 3 half-centuries coming this year. Quite a transformation from her as she opens the batting now. Marizanne Kapp, 150th match, didn't play in game 1.
They're making her way into this ODI, the second ODI, as you mentioned, didn't play in the first.
Yeah, been away from the game for some time just to ensure that she's fit and refreshed, because she, as we mentioned, is such an important member of this team, with bat, with ball, with her experience. Just like that, smashed straight back past the bowler, almost took Hayley Matthews out. First boundary of the innings, 5 without loss. Elegant, really elegant from Kiana Joseph. Just the way she transferred her weight and momentum into that shot, and all along the carpet for 4, 14 without loss. Picked up well from Hayley Matthews this time, just 1 bounce for 4. Not enough pace to trouble her.
And in the first match, she was dismissed a similar delivery that rushed onto her. Didn't quite judge it correctly. This time around, making amends. Pulled high. And she knows that there's no one in the deep on the leg side.
That is gorgeous. Really is from Hayley Matthews. The way she's able to time that and to thread the needle through that very minute gap. Brilliant.
You just look at this shot and you think class of Hayley Matthews. And she adores playing on these pitches in the Caribbean. And playing at home, in front of a home crowd.
Edged and will challenge the boundary. This time gets 4. Inadvertent from Hayley Matthews, but she'll take it. 31 without loss. And that's what she does really well, Kiana Joseph. Once it's up to her and in her arc, she just goes with it. And 6 for her.
Marizanne Kapp isn't very pleased with the effort in the outfield. Possibly thinking that Chloe Tryon, the fielder, should have been back on the boundary, knowing that Kiana Joseph was out in a similar fashion in the first match.
Huge appeal she's given. Kiana Joseph isn't happy, but it doesn't matter. She has to go. It might have been a feather through. She's unconvinced. And after striking Kapp for a 6, she strikes back. Yeah, she's just gesticulating there. She might feel hard done, but she can't do that. She just needs to walk off. South Africa get the breakthrough.
Yeah, just there. Umpire's finger, the dreaded finger. A disappointment for Kiana Joseph. Doesn't think that she played on the ball. In the end, she has to go for 17 from 19. West Indies lose their first on 40.
Struck so nicely, so elegantly, so effortlessly, straight down the ground for 4.
The class of Hayley Matthews. Didn't really try to overhit it. It was just tapped with confidence down the ground.
Hayley Matthews struck with some aggression into the onside. The 4.
Two straight, and she won't miss out on that, Hayley Matthews. And a Schluby just overcorrecting a little bit, and Matthews picks up her second 4 of the over.
Beautiful. Really nice. Will run away to the boundary behind square for 4. The first runs of the innings for Liliana Grimmond.
Just a little bit of width on offer, and she finds the gap through the covers for 4.
An immediate chat in the middle as well between her and the captain after that shot.
You previously never knew what was happening, and that shot from Liliana Grimmond shows you exactly the intent from West Indies as they chase this total.
Yeah, really nice from the Guyanese. Grimmond, 8 off 4 now. 2 lovely shots. Oh, gorgeous. Got to the pitch of it and lobbed it up over the infield really elegantly. 4 off the last ball, 6 from the over. And the power play for the West Indies, 62 for 1. Launched. Liliana Grimmond, as if to say, don't count me out indeed. 1 bounce, I think, for 4, but really well struck, and that will do her the world of good.
She's saying, Hayley Matthews, the aggressor. Hang on a second. I can do the same. I like the attitude she's come out with. Reminds me of how Shangase came out with good intent.
Oh, it was hit straight down the ground, and maybe an opportunity for a catch. It was a tough one. It'll be 4 runs. Oh, she's given. What a wonderful ball from de Klerk. Getting into the wickets column, Liliana Grimmond, a short stay.
Celebrations all round from the South Africans. They know how important it is to keep plugging away and taking wickets. Nadine de Klerk with the wicket this time, and a wonderful take by Sonala Jafta behind the stumps. She takes off immediately, and the finger goes up by Namali Pereira.
Grimmond goes for 15. And the West Indies are 80 for 2. Well, I'm not sure how patient Hayley Matthews is. Beautiful shot. Stood and delivered, she did. Being congratulated by the opposition captain too.
Yeah, touch of class from Laura Wolfart. But look at that. It certainly is stand and deliver stuff from the captain. Up and over the inner ring for 4.
Do you think Wolfart was thinking almost as nice as mine?
And that's it. The 54, Hayley Matthews. And gets the single of the final delivery of the 16th over. And it's the end of 16. It's 90 for 2. Yeah, pulled the finer, and the fielder just gives up as Matthews picks up another boundary. At the end of 17, it's 96 for 2. A cutaway past the point fielder, and it runs away into the boundary for Taylor's first boundary.
Yeah, brings up the 100 as well for West Indies. Halfway into the 18th over. I think South Africa will be slightly disappointed with this. Surely the plan is not to bowl wide to Stephanie Taylor, even though hands are ahead. Went close to Anna-Marie Dirksen at backward point.
And that's a wicket of Hayley Matthews. I'm possibly thinking, what has she done? And tried to go over the fielder.
Yeah, such a team dismissal for a batter of her caliber, Hayley Matthews, especially after she's gotten to 50. So slow, and I think she was through the shot perhaps too early. You see how far in front she's hit it, pulled that to the fielder at mid-on. Easy catch for Shangazi, but she'll be utterly disappointed, Matthews. Got a start, but now she's gone. 107 for 3.
Yeah, just as you were saying, Shakira Salmon, Chanel Henry goes up and over that offside field, and she picks up a boundary.
Yeah, clever way to get off the mark from Henry. Really slow through the air, but she too stays leg side of the ball so she can access the ball, get her hands straight through the shot. Yeah, you can see she's finishing outside leg stump to create that room for herself, Chanel Henry.
Tries to catch it, and that's an easy dismissal. Chloe Tryon takes the catch, and Lava gets her second wicket. And South Africa keep plugging away.
Yeah, not too dissimilar from the dismissal of Hayley Matthews. This time short mid-wicket, similar length delivery, similar stroke, and very soft in the end. And so a couple wickets now for Malaba. And very experienced Stephanie Taylor has to go for 17. West Indies in a spot of bother, 120 for 4.
It's uppishly played, but she finds the gap, and it will race to the boundary for 4.
And she's a good striker off the cricket ball, and given some width and some length. And though it was uppish, it was in the gap. No fielders in the deep offside. Lurking.
Got that through, and that's racing across this outfield. Will it reach the boundary? It does. The welcome boundary for West Indies, breaking the shackles.
It may be a little bit too wide, which allows Henry to score through an area where she doesn't have protection in the deep.
That is pummeled away for 4. That's actually gone all the way for 6. The batter, Shemaine Campbell. And this is the impetus Samuel Badri has been talking about.
Yeah, 150 comes up for the West Indies, putting pressure on the bowler. First ball off the over, so she's hitting with the wind. Very good thinking.
finds the gap this time. 4 runs.
Even with a reinforced offside field, Henry is still able to find the gap. That ball was on the stumps, so it wasn't a bad delivery, but good batting. She went leg side, opened up the area, and found the gap to perfection.
Nadine de Klerk's after this. She tries her best, unfortunately for her, not to be good for West Indies. Another boundary.
Yeah, she got there. This was good placement again from Campbell, bisecting both of them. She got there, but trying to pull it back doesn't do a good enough job, and instead of pulling it back, just hit it sideways.
Henry goes big, and it goes all the way. West Indies getting a move on here, and that brings up the 50 partnership. 53 from 52.
Yeah, flighted inner arc and as straight as a die. Power from Henry. Really good shot. Let's look at the flow of the bat. All the way for 6.
Oh, it's caught. Flings her bat in disgust, Chanel Henry. Another strike from the Proteus. And smiles all round. There's Dirksen again in the game.
Yeah, I count that soft wicket number 3. Sure had enough time that perhaps she should have placed that either to the left or right of Dirksen, but pretty handy catch. Flew to her. Good movement by Anne-Marie Dirksen. Chanel Henry walks back for 39 and run the ball 39. 178 for 5.
It's nicely, and it will run away. What a good start. A boundary to begin for Janelia Glasgow.
Yeah, just proving to the other batters that you can place these short balls off the back foot. Yeah, really good shot from Glasgow to get going. Really well placed and well timed as well.
It's a great sound off the bat. Cracked into the onside for 4. The vice captain showing some strength, some resistance.
Yeah, good from Campbell. First time Dirksen has pitched up one to her, and she's up to the task. Really good placement as well. But
the 200 up for the Windies here at the 3Ws. Oh my goodness, they brought me a cake. That's so kind. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't believe our producer allowed this. Thank you so much. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, pulled away. All the way for 6. That was short and really asking to be hit. And Glasgow obliges to 12 for 5. Yeah, this will challenge the boundary as well. Very good stroke. So 6 of the last ball, 4 of the first ball. An injection that's desperately needed.
Yeah, this is good from these both batters. And Campbell this time around hammering this one down the ground. The fielder tried, but just got a hand to it.
Another boundary. That's 14 runs in the last 3 deliveries. And Campbell has now gone to 48.
Yeah, the cut shot from Shemaine Campbell. Yeah, it's a shot that she favors quite a lot. Really good to see her executing it the way she wants.
From the opposite end, another 50 for Shemaine Campbell. Wonderfully constructed innings. a 5th half century. The last time she got to a half century was April 2024. So it has been some time back, but a very well composed and constructed innings. Another soft dismissal. Very well bowled from Malaba, just mixing things up quite nicely. Faster delivery, slower one, flighted, looped, and all she can do is find the fielder.
Yeah, change of ends for Malaba, but the execution of the slower delivery has again given her a wicket. And Glasgow goes for 17 from 21. West Indies 2-2-2 for 6.
In the air, this time it should be taken, is taken. Cap back into the attack and makes the breakthrough immediately. The very well set Shamin Campbell now has to go.
Yeah, the cricket smarts for Marizan Cap. This time slower, but hits the deck. Yeah, rushes Shamin Campbell, who just gets the top edge. And well judged and catch. And she goes for a very well played 53 from 58. West Indies 226 for 7.
A huge shout from in front and behind. This time umpire Jacqueline Williams raises the finger. Career best figures for Malaba. A wonderful exhibition of spin bowling from her.
Yeah, Leah Allen doesn't seem to be impressed with the decision. She goes back rather than going forward, and it's another very close catch for the wicketkeeper. Allen goes for 1. West Indies 226 for 8.
That will be for the bat of Zayda James.
Yeah, classy from young James. So small, but she's able to get on top of the bounce and place this one to perfection. Plays it so late, no chance for the fielder at backward point. Trying to catch it much too close to the ground, but this one I think is taken by Nadine de Klerk at extra cover. Doesn't cost them, South Africa.
Goes down. Low fives all round.
And just could not keep that down. Really good catch from Nadine de Klerk. It's always a sharp catch when you're there at extra cover. Zayda James has to walk back for 18. 254 for 9.
Pierces the gap. And that will be 4.
One thing Afi Fletcher will tell you is that she's very capable with the bat. You give her a short, wide delivery, she will most certainly cash in.
All the way for 6 off the bat of Afi Fletcher. Ali Pereira. Now the change room, enjoy that, but in the end, too much left to be done in the last 10. Last ball, and that's a wicket as South Africa win the second CG United Women's ODI. They needed to bounce back after the opening defeat to keep the series alive. And they've certainly done so. Victory by 40 runs for Laura Wolfart and her Proteas women's team.
Yeah, much improved showing by South Africa, and they deserve this victory. It's always going to be an uphill task for West Indies chasing beyond 300. And final wicket, Hoobly getting amongst the wickets. Slower delivery. Ramarat trying to hit over the top of the offside. Easy catch for Tasman Brits in the end. Smells all around. Hoobly continues to take wickets in the West Indies.
As we have a look at West Indies' reply, 269 all out. Could knock a 58 up top from the captain, Hayley Matthews. Jermaine Campbell played really well, but as we said earlier, South Africa just kept plugging away and picking up wickets. West Indies all out for 269.
Bowlers for South Africa were all quite economical. Cap, the most expensive, and how often do you hear that? Almost never. She got 2 important wickets. The standout for South Africa, of course, Malaba, left arm spin. Her best figures of 4 for 33 got the important wicket. So Hayley Matthews and Stephanie Taylor to break the back of West Indies, one apiece for Hubli, De Klerk and Shankazi.